Hi. Sorry this video's so late. I've been following what's been going on in Ottawa all day. I was thinking about not doing an LFR video today. Frankly, I feel a little weird doing one. Still following along on my phone as I make this video. But if you want to, here's the video and I hope it's a very welcome distraction. I don't like you when you're serious. I don't like you in general. Fair enough. Woo! McPhil! Are you just gonna get hammered? Get me a toaster. Magic Angel Robot from Winnipeg! What the hell are you talking about? This team is ruining my life! Win 5-2. Oh, jeez, over the New York Islanders. After the first period, I was not all that thrilled. Leafs sort of staying with the Islanders throughout the first, but really it looked like New York was outplaying them. That was represented in the 2-1 score. And it didn't make me feel all that comfortable that the one goal the Leafs scored in the first was kind of a lucky bounce. I mean, Kessel, nice pass to JVR. JVR with the nice shot past Yaroslav Halak, but the whole reason that Kessel got the puck was it took a funny bounce off the boards. Another thing alarming about the first period, we need to have a talk. I was talking about this on Twitter and people were yelling at me, but I got a point, man. Cal Clutterbuck. One of the most fascinating names to say in the NHL and one of the most loathsome players. Former Oshawa General, but I didn't live in Oshawa yet, so screw that guy. Now, people were talking about sending a message. Clutterbuck goes to lay a big hit on Phaneuf. Phaneuf gives him an old why-I-oughta, and he ends up getting a penalty for it. A little later, Clutterbuck up to his old tricks. Roman Polak, why-I-oughta, threatens to, really thump him, gets a penalty for it. And I had people tweeting and be like, yeah, but now Clutterbuck knows that next time. Well, I'm glad you at least acknowledge there will be a next time. Clutterbuck's not a rookie. He's been a pest in the league for years. And if some big tough meanie hasn't made him stop being a pest by now, I think he's probably going to continue it. He's worried about some big enforcer kicking his ass. How about worried his coach will not play him anymore because he's not an effective pest, drawing penalties that gets his team on the power play. Going at pests like Clutterbuck is not only not a deterrent for him to be a pest, but it's an incentive. Moving on to happy thoughts. Moving on to the terrible tale of Yaroslav Halak. Halak was so bad in the second period of this game, I actually think I came up with an idea for a new statistic. I'll tell you about that in a bit. Santorelli to Komarov to Kessel, bing. Oh, does Kessel have a shot? Granted, Kessel is not a perfect player, but I see him do stuff like that and I'm like, oh, he's ours! And yes, Santorelli with the secondary assist, but Leo Komarov, primary assist. What if I told you Leo Komarov, 7 games in, leads the Leafs in assists? He's already matched his assist total from the 42 games he played during the lockout shortened season. Komarov only had 9 points in 42 games his first time around. Now he's got 5 in 7. He's got over half the points in a sixth of the games. That's a lot of numbers, so let me summarize. That's good. I don't think we should expect Komarov to be an offensive dynamo. Get it? Because he was with Moscow. Anyway, I often see him get a break and I'm like, oh, here we go. Oh, he can't really shoot that well. Darn. But like I said, when people were ranting and raving that a guy making $2.9 million is going to play on the 4th line, no. We can argue about whether he's overpaid or not. Even though he's not Sidney Crosby, he's no plug either. Speaking of no plug either, Roman Polak. Spin, fire, snipe. I'm going to say this just so we have it on the record. Roman Polak with the game-winning goal. Keep that one because I don't know when we'll ever hear it again. I mean, I was calling for him to get scratched and he does that. Carlisle dressing 7 defensemen looks like it paid off. I mean, the Islanders screwed up on the play, but whatever, you capitalize on mistakes, right? JVR, Hail Mary pass to Philkett. Wow, the shot's already in. I can't even finish. Fastest snapper in the league and I don't think it's close. That shot was faster than the last one. Eventually, we're going to see a goal review with a Phil Kessel shot where the puck actually disappears before it hits the red line because it went into some crazy Marty McFly dimension. Marty McPhil! For all the ripping on that Yaroslav Halak got, when Kessel is in, all alone, don't you just have to guess like a soccer goalie? When he's in that close and unguarded, who is going to react that fast? And of course, Davy Clarkman. Here's a bit of a sign of the times. Clarkson skates around, goes to the peripheral, and shoots through a screen. For basically his whole career, Clarkson has been the screen. But Richard Panik and Peter Holland doing a great job of clogging up the lane on this play. I thought Holland might have had his best game of the season so far. And look at that, the Leafs kicked the Islanders' butts. Not to mention that amazing paddle save by Bernie on Zizekas, because that could open the game back up. No soup for you. Now, on the broadcast, they were talking about Yaroslav Halak and the things he was doing wrong. I'm no goalie coach, but the things that were obvious to me, he overcommitted to one side, he was a little too deep in his net. But one thing Ray Ferraro said, his right leg, his right knee always dropped first. And I was really concerned because I'm like, oh man, I've heard of a goalie doing that before. Who is, oh right, me. The last time I heard a goalie get criticized for that was my buddies yelling at me when I was playing street hockey. So I don't know if it was just the way he was feeling that night, maybe he's fighting off some sort of injury, but I have a hard time. This has been an issue all of Yaroslav Halak's career because he's made it kind of far and kind of gotten a lot of money. But here's the statistic that I think his performance has helped me come up with. Now, they already keep track of stuff like where goalies get beat. I'm pretty sure some websites and magazines keep stats on like, oh, this goalie's save percentage on his glove side or his blocker side or his 5-hole, stuff like that. Pay attention. Other than JVR's goal, which granted was scored on the same blocker side that every other Leaf scored on, but it was a fortuitous bounce. Kessel, Polak, Kessel, Clarkson. Righty, 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 righty. I don't know why, but I always notice when right-handed players are doing well because I'm right-handed. And I catch left-handed, maybe that's why I suck as a goalie. That and the whole lack of flexibility. And I'm not saying those guys scored on Halak because they're right-handed, but you know how in baseball they'll have like batting average against pitchers who are left-handed or pitchers who are right-handed? And I think there's a pitching stat for pitchers who are pitching to a right-handed batter or a left-handed batter. I wonder if NHL teams or maybe media outlets keep track of a goalie's save percentage against left-handed shots versus right-handed shots. And I wonder if certain goalies are inherently weaker against left-handed or right-handed shots. Now, if you're yelling at the screen, believe me, I think I'm reaching too. But I think that sort of stat would be fascinating. Because, for example, let's just play pretend. Let's pretend you have your top 6 forwards and they all have roughly the same kind of stats. Roughly the same possession stats, roughly the same shooting percentage. They're not much better or worse without each other or a certain player. So you're not afraid to interchange players on those top 2 lines. And you look at the numbers and you're going into a game and you notice, hey, this goalie lets in way more shots against lefties. Maybe of those top 6 guys, you bump up the lefties in terms of ice time. I'm sure NHL teams probably already do this, but maybe they don't actually look at the numbers, they just look at the game tape. That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I don't know if there's going to be an LFR video tomorrow. As of the time I'm making this, they haven't announced if they're actually going to play the game tonight in Ottawa. I mean, I'm filming this right now, it's about 6 hours before puck drop, and there's still buildings in lockdown. Hearing about people I know who are still in the building they were in several hours ago because that building's in lockdown. I don't really think they should play the game tonight, that's just me. And I don't really know what to say about the incident because I don't think we have all the details yet. I don't know what to say other than this is evil, don't do it. If you are looking for more distractions, I posted a video last night. It was actually up on Sportsnet's official YouTube channel, and I was also on the Jeff Blair show today being a weirdo. Those links are down below. If you don't feel like watching them right now, it's the internet, they're not going anywhere. Thank you very much for watching. Please be careful with what's reported on Twitter and stay safe.